Hey, welcome back to the Huddle Review. This is Jeff, and we are going to be talking about big tech, financial institutions that are buying large sums into Bitcoin, possibly into Ethereum, possibly into XRP. But right now, the headlines are focused on what they're doing with BTC, and that's what the topic is today. What is going on? What does that mean for the near future? What does that mean ongoing, long term? Let's go.
And now, the HODL Review with Jeff on the Chain.
Bam. All right, we're back. So this is amazing. Every time I see this news drop like this and you start seeing some momentum in the space, it's great. There's a lot of momentum going on right now. Even, we're not getting full regulatory clarity, but yesterday or on Saturday, we did a live stream, and on that live stream, we talked a little bit about digital signature and the digital signature amendment to the bill amending a digital signature regulation, meaning that if you have a signature within the blockchain space, that it is then actually legal. It becomes a legal signature, legally binding. And that's a big step in the right direction. Right now, if you do anything in a smart contract, if you do anything in blockchain, it's not a contract that's not legally enforceable. So that is probably going to be game changing. But today, what we really wanted to get into is what's going on with these big financial institutions and big tech companies starting to invest large sums of money into Bitcoin. I mean, it's great, right? Is this bringing about big gains? What's going to happen to Bitcoin? What's going to happen when these big organizations start start to diversify their portfolio beyond Bitcoin? Right now, the target's Bitcoin, but then when they start looking and they start realizing that keep calm and hodl. But when they realize that there's other digital assets in the space that can grow, sorry, as soon as I start out, it's crazy. It's so dry in here right now. But they're seeing, are they having the impact on the market? I'm looking at the market right now live, and Bitcoin is at like 11,399. Ethereum is at 374. XRP is at 25. Chainlink is now up here listed at $10.81. Stellar is at 7 cents. All green, lots of movement. But here you have Fidelity, Vanguard, Schwab funds loading up on crypto mining stocks. So they're starting to see that things are transitioning. There's progress. This is news that all dropped like within this past week. Then you have this was like, what was it, like a week, 2 weeks ago? This software firm, MicroStrategy, this is actually a month ago, that they actually bought, right? They bought in $250 million worth of Bitcoin, and then they doubled down and they bought another 200 million. They bought $450 million worth of Bitcoin. That's huge. That's massive. I mean, think about what that's going to do for their bottom line. Think about what could potentially happen if Bitcoin goes from 11,000 to 20,000. Their bottom line now just increased to $1 billion. What does that say for the company? What happens to that company? So why is Square putting 1% of all their assets in Bitcoin? $50 million investment from Dorsey. That's massive. But what is that saying about their confidence, right? That means that these big corporations are looking at the future. They're trying to leverage their companies to make sure that their bottom line is secure, that they have that they're cash rich in their investments. Big news. And then you have here another one. Bitcoin options volume on CME jumps 300% as traders take bullish bets. So this was all just last week. So I mean, that's amazing. Right here it says, according to data source Skew, the CME traded $48 million worth of options during the day, the highest volume figure since July 28th. This was like 2 days ago, October 8th. So three days ago. The number marks a 300% rise from Tuesday's figure of 12 million. So just in the week, it went up by 300%. So you're starting to see a boost in confidence in the space, but it's really being led, by big tech. It's being led by the big financial institutions. So this is really, really meaningful. As you look at it, as you get excited and you say, hey, what's going on with digital asset? Now, why would MicroStrategy invest $450 million if they thought everything was going away? Obviously, they're hedging a bet. The fact that that Square is putting in 1% of their asset, 1% of total asset, $50 million going into Bitcoin. Again, you're going to start seeing some diversification. We don't know everywhere where all the, there's going to be other companies that are going to start following suit. So we got to keep, observant and diligent and watching this transition as you start seeing Main Street companies, Main Street individuals. First, you're going to see the big companies getting in at the lower levels, which is, so you're starting to see the trend. You're starting to see the excitement, the financial institutions. Soon, what happens with financial institutions? Eventually, you're going to start seeing them, Bitcoin, digital assets appearing on 401k investments. So little by little, you're going to start seeing these transitions. Is it going to happen overnight? Probably not. Is it going to take some time? Probably yes. But that's the direction things are going in. I'm excited about it because I'm starting to see everything that we've talked about, for the past couple of years, and I'm seeing this trend. Now, I've been making videos now for 2 years. We've seen positive development. We've seen pullback. We saw that FOMO hype that we talk about a lot in the end of 17, beginning of 18, and it pulled back down, but it didn't fall to zero. And I think that's the biggest point. It leveled out and it's going back up. Year over year, especially since inception, for a lot of these digital assets, you're seeing positive growth. You're seeing positive movement, but you're seeing that reflective also in discussions that are happening right now with the central banks. You're starting to see it within Congress as more bills are rolling out for some normalcy, some regulatory clarity. Now, we talk a lot about regulations, especially on the live stream, but regulatory clarity is extremely meaningful in the US. Regulatory clarity is going to open things up immensely for more corporate investment, for more financial institution involvement. And so all of these things are going hand in hand, though, because as you start seeing big companies taking the leap of faith and saying, look, we're willing, we're all in, we believe in this. They're not all in putting all their money in it because they're diversifying their portfolio, but they're all in their belief that there's some positive gain to be had in the digital asset space. And that message is going to embolden and wake up what's going on in Congress to push for some regulatory clarity. Now, regulation could be 6 months out. It could be 12 months out. We don't know exactly when that's going to fall, but little by little, DNI likes to talk a lot about incrementalism, incremental. Now we're starting to see incremental growth, incremental identification, incremental acceptance within the space of digital assets at the high level, financial institutions and big corporation. So this is a great trend. I wanted to share my thoughts on this. I thought it was important. So anyhow, this is Jeff. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button down below to sub to the channel. We got great things coming up. If you join me on my live streams every Saturday morning, 8 a.m., we got great stuff. Next Saturday, or sorry, every Sunday, next Saturday morning, 8 a.m., live stream as always. Every Sunday evening at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we do our roundtable. Join us on that. We have a couple great guests coming up. Every Sunday we have a great guest. So I look forward to seeing you then. I took all this extra time giving the shout out to what's going on here, but that's it. I enjoyed having you guys on. Leave those comments below so we can continue this conversation, and I'll see you on the next video. I'm out.
Are you down with OTC? Please like, subscribe, and click the bell to be notified when the next video drops.